Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry.
This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it, and my name is Strategic.
There you go. Technology. Good afternoon. How you doing? My name is Carvel Bailey, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Lunch and Learn. All right. So drop your city, drop your state, where you learning from, and let's chop it up today, right? Let's, chop it up. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on in the world of basketball. And so today, what I want to talk about today is helping your athlete, right? As you can see scrolling along the bottom, right? Helping your athlete overcome burnout, right? So I want to talk about helping your athlete overcome burnout, and really three things that your athlete can do to help overcome burnout and prevent those dog days of the season, right? Because right about now, we're in the dog days of the season. It's towards the end of the season. Coach's mouth has been going since August, September in many cases. It's now the end of January, right? Coming to the end of January. So the coach's mouth has gotten stale. Practices may not be as fun. Here in Chicago, it's cold outside, right? It's cold outside. And things can just get redundant and start getting boring. And it takes the fun out of the game. But what can your athlete do to be able to prevent and overcome the burnout that many face during the dog days of the season? All right. And so what are the dog days? I just explained it to you. I just explained to you what those dog days are. Those days, now I'm going to take this out because I speak better without headphones. Those dog days are, when it's rough, when it's tough, when it's tiring, when they don't want to continue doing it, right? So what are three things? And it's basic, right? It's basic, but they mean so much. And so again, if you are somebody like me, right, please make sure that you're taking notes. Make sure that you got your pad and pen, right? And make sure that you're taking notes, because note takers are money makers, right? Note takers are money makers. If your athlete wants to, earn a scholarship, go on to play professionally, even just start getting more playing time, then they need to know these things, what I'm talking about. And if they're listening to you as the parent and you come home and say, hey, these are some things that I heard, and now you only give them 2 out of the 3, that third one may be the biggest thing that can push them to that next level. So make sure that you're taking notes. Make sure you're writing it down, jotting it down, not only for your benefit, but also for your athlete's benefit. So what are you talking about, Carvel, right? What are you talking about? Again, you can let me know where you're chiming in from. Let me know where you're learning from. I always say, don't hide behind the keyboard. Don't hide behind the screen, right? This is interactive. Even if you're listening to this on a podcast somewhere or in any other platform, right? Make sure that, somewhere in the comments, you talk back to us, right? Talk back. We love when people communicate back. I love when people communicate back with me. But the first thing that athletes need to do, should do to prevent burnout is they need to get them some sleep. First thing that they need to do, right? They need to have a better sleep habit, a better sleep pattern. Many athletes are spending their time on their phones and they're up to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning talking to their girlfriends, right? Their boyfriends, just their homies, classmates, looking at TikTok, looking at Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, movies, Netflix, whatever it may be. They're on their phone and it's preventing them from getting adequate sleep. Now, when I first started, right, when I first started playing basketball, they would say like 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep is what you need. I believe 8 hours of sleep are for like toddlers and adolescents. Majority of adults can probably last on 5.5, 6 hours of sleep. So teenagers may not need to be 8 hours, and they may not need to be 5.5, but they need to probably be between, right, 7, 6.5, 7 hours of sleep a night. But now here's the thing: sleep and rest are two totally different things. So what do you mean, coach? Have you ever slept so long and then when you woke up you was tired? Is it just me? Right? Have you ever slept so long to where you woke up and you was tired? Right? Have you ever tossed and turned at night? Right? If anybody has ever tossed and turned at night, or anybody ever slept so long to where they was tired, right? Just drop a 1 in the chat, or just drop a me in the chat, right? If that's you, right? You tossed and you turned, tossed and you turned, tossed and you turned, and now you might have tossed and turned for 8 hours, but you didn't really get no rest. Does that make sense? Right? But then there are some other people that may be able to take what I call power naps. They may be able to sleep in the car on the way somewhere, right? You're not driving. They may be able to sleep for 30, 45 minutes to an hour, and it feels like they've slept for 3, 4 hours. Well, that's because they've gotten rest. So don't get sleep and rest confused. Your athlete needs to get adequate sleep, but they also need to get rest. So sometime coming home, right? Again, getting off the phone, maybe they need to just come home and just like sit on the couch and just rest for a minute, rest and relaxation. They need to get that sleep, that 6.5 to 7 hours. They need that sleep. Because the same way, right? You see my phone, you see it's charged up, right? It's charged up. My computer is charged up. Sleep recharges us. And if our athletes, right, are not sleeping adequately, they're not charging themselves up, right? Now, my big bro, Mike Simmons, right? West Aurora from, Aurora, Illinois, West Aurora, should be in the Hall of Fame at West Aurora, right? UIC, amazing, right? When you talk about combo guards, Mike Simmons is the poster child for point guard as well as shooting guard, right? That's a combo guard. Well, Mike Simmons was an animal. He was different. So you see his comment, right? Sleep is overrated. Got to put that work in. You absolutely have to put that work in. But maybe what Mike Simmons is not explaining, go look Mike Simmons up. Go look Mike Simmons up. You'll do yourself and your athlete a huge favor by going to look Mike Simmons up. I mean, a dog, right? Kankakee Community College, ranked #1 in the country. Like, Mike, Simo, how many games did y'all win in a row at Kankakee? And then how many did y'all win in the 2-year span that you were there? Drop that in the chat for me if you can, right? I know Sloan always tell me about it, right? But now, even though Mike Simmons may not have been getting adequate sleep that I'm talking about, 6 hours, 5.5 hours as a college athlete, but he would get rest, right? Mike would know how to shut it down and get the rest he needed before game, before practice, on the weekends. He knew how to get rest to recharge his body, right? So sleep and rest are two totally different things, but you must be able to get adequate sleep. Your athlete must be able to get adequate sleep. And then within that sleep, they must be able to get rest. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing that they need to get if they want to get over the dog days of the season, right? The second thing that they need to do to be able to help them get out of the dog days of the season, right? Help them to be able to prevent burnout is they need to eat properly, right? If your athlete is a real athlete and is really looking to be successful, they don't need to be eating Flaming Hots, right? And there's no knock to Cheetos, but they don't need to be eating anything that is not of nutritional value more than they're eating those things of nutritional value, right? I'm gonna say that again. They don't need to be eating anything that is not of nutritional value more than they're eating things of nutritional value. And when you go to college, right, and get on that next level, they have, like food tables. And so, at the bigger the school, the more opportunity you have. There are places in which you go in the athletic department, they're cooking breakfast for the athletes, right? They have refrigerators in the athletic department where they can get the Gatorades, they can get the protein shakes. They have fruit in abundance. They have cereal bars. They have all those type of things. Even to the point at halftime of most games with most of these higher programs, at halftime, they're refueling, right? They're refueling. The sleep, the rest is the charge. The food is the fuel. Does that make sense? The sleep is the charge. The food is the fuel. So at halftime, some of these big institutions, right, they have apples and oranges and plums and peaches and grapes and bananas and cereal bars and protein shakes, all of these things, and they refuel the athletes at halftime. Where other athletes, right, they just ain't had no food in their body, especially high school athletes. They may have ate lunch at 12. They got a game at 5, 6, or 7 o'clock. Sometimes the coach doesn't let them go home. They may not have money. So they're playing a basketball game on an empty stomach, and they probably don't have proper rest. But then we wonder why our athletes aren't producing at the level in which they can produce. We just wonder why. The sleep is the charge, the food is the fuel. So they don't need to be eating nothing that's not of nutritional value more than the things of nutritional value, right? Be it if it's fruits, veggies, whatever it may be, they have to load up on these things to have fuel. Fuel. My coach, Coach Anton, freshman year coach in high school, right? This is the one that I said after the first game. If you've been with me for a while, you know, right? I was on the freshman team. They put me on the B team. First game of the season, I had 15 assists. They moved me up to the A team the very next day. Coach Anton was the A coach, the freshman A coach. he would tell us to eat cold pasta, right? God rest his soul. He would tell us to eat cold pasta because he was like with those carbs, whatever, that's going to just put energy in you. You're going to have enough energy to maintain throughout the game. Now, I'm not saying go eat cold pasta. I'm just saying that that's what he told us. But not only do they need to eat proper food, right? Eat properly, they also need to hydrate, right? Now, it's a little different, right? I got my lemon, lime, ginger. I think I put some garlic in there today, right? Like water, I got my green juice, right? Green water, right? But like water, H2O, because you have to hydrate your body. And what does the hydration do, right? It helps, the water helps oxygenate, right? If that's the word, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it helps provide oxygen to the muscles, helps provide oxygen to the brain. And with oxygen, what is it going to do? It's going to help it produce and perform at its maximum level. If your athlete is getting a lot of cramps, they're probably not drinking a lot of water. If your athlete is complaining about their body hurting, they're probably not drinking a lot of water. So not only do they need to eat right, but they need to drink right. Your athlete shouldn't be drinking more pop than water. Hell, they shouldn't even be drinking more Gatorade than water. They sure as heck don't need to be drinking energy drinks, right? They drink the energy drinks because they didn't get proper sleep, didn't get proper rest, aren't eating properly, aren't drinking water. So now I'm going to take this energy drink to try to circumvent all four of those things that I'm not doing correctly. And then that starts to affect their mood, right? Lack of sleep, lack of rest, lack of proper food, lack of proper water, the hydration. Now that starts to not only affect their performance, but it also starts to affect how they think. I hope this is making sense to you, right? If it's helping somebody, right, just drop a yes in the chat. I just want to make sure that this is, again, it's simple. It's not easy. It's simple, but it means so much. It means so much. And then the final thing that's going to help your athlete prevent burnout, final thing that's going to help them prevent burnout and get over the dog days of the season, they must stretch. I can't tell you how magnificent stretching is. I can't tell you how important stretching is. It's going to elongate the muscles. It's going to, right, stretching out the muscles. Now you're putting with the water, you're putting oxygen in it, but now you're stretching it out. Did you know, and you can go look it up, don't just take Coach Carvel Bailey's word for it, but did you know that those people that stretch more not only are faster and quicker, but for those people that's like looking to lose weight, stretching will help them do that. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. But stretching works wonders. Again, if your athlete is cramping, your athlete is hurting all the time, your athlete is not able to perform at their highest level, have them try stretching, right? So now when they come home from practice, they can rest for a minute on the couch, whatever it may be, right? Rest for a minute, get some good rest, rest their mind, their body, their spirit, their soul, get some proper hydration, get some proper food, and then they can stretch, right? All of these things can be done in the matter of 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes resting may only take 10 or 15 minutes, right? And with that stretching, I'm going to give you a bonus. With that stretching, they can also incorporate some imagery or some meditation. Now they're going to center themselves, right? It's been a crazy day at school, crazy day at practice. Now they're going to sit and stretch, right? And they're going to start imagining things, right? Imagery. They're going to start getting pictures, images in their mind of what they want, how they want to perform, how they want their grades to be, how they want their relationships to be, where they would like to play at school, right? Imagining themselves in that game situation before it happens. Now, when it happens, they could be like, hey, I've been there before. But not only with that imagery, but now a little meditation. And there's many ways to meditate. Most people are intimidated by meditation because they're like, man, I don't think I could sit still for that long. I was one of those too. Right? But I'm telling you, the recharge, the refuel, and the centering. The sleep and the rest is going to help recharge the mind. The proper eating and hydration is going to help refuel the body. The stretching and or the imagery or meditation is going to help center the soul. Mind, body, soul. This might have went over the head of some people. I hope not. But these three things will be to help your athlete tremendously, especially now during the dog days of the season. All right. So listen, I hope that helped you. I hope that helped you. And again, if you're not on my email list, if you haven't had an opportunity to check out my training, right, I want to invite you to it absolutely free, right? Scrolling across the bottom, BeTheRightRecruit.com, right? Go and learn, right? Go and learn from this training that I did about 15, 20 minutes. Go and learn exactly what coaches are looking for, but more so what coaches won't tell you about recruiting, what athletes really need to do to put themselves in a better situation. Again, if that's being recruited to a higher level in high school, being recruited into college, or even being recruited to play beyond college. At some point, we're all being recruited. You ever had a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a wife, husband, a job? We're all being recruited. All right. Speaking of which, y'all see I got a different background, right? I shifted. I had to shift positions, right? I'm going where God leads me, right? I'm going where God leads me. Shift position, same mission, same goal. And guess what? I had to get everything straight, right, the first week. And then I'm here, still lunch and learn. So it'll be a little bit later, right? It'll be a little bit later if I'm looking, generally about 1:45-ish, 1:45, 2 o'clock-ish, lunch and learn. Now going forward, right? It was an early lunch. It was about like 11 o'clock, right? 10:50, 11 o'clock, right? Now we're going to push it back a couple hours because that's where my lunch is now, right? Late in the day. But guess what? I still wanted to come bring you the value because that's what I do. I'm bringing more value than anybody in this particular niche, right? I'm bringing more value than any coach out here on a consistent basis. Why? Because people have taught me and I like to teach. That's what we do. That's what I do. And we damn good at it, right? And for those people that work closely with us, they get the results that they are looking for, right? It ain't cheap and it ain't free, but I be dang, they get the results that they're looking for because my team and I are literally experts in the field in which we're in. All right. Coach Carvel Bailey, I hope you was able to get something from this. Go share it, right? Share this with somebody else that you know that can benefit from it. All right. And go check out that free case study video. And I'll see y'all on the other side. All right. Peace. Peace.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambrick.
This is Bless the Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Bless the Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Bless the Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Bless the ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Bless the ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Bless the ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Bless the ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Bless the ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Bless the ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is strategic.